So, what is a fraction? A lot of you have probably just memorized that fractions are parts of a whole. But a lot of you also probably don't really understand what that means. What parts, what whole. And the main idea that you really need to understand about fractions is that fractions are just simply numbers that we use to describe things that are not whole. So, for example, if I gave you two apples, I use the number two to describe how many apples I'm giving to you. So, if I have two apples and I give you two apples, I'm describing the amount or the quantity of apples that I'm giving you by the number two. So, what if I gave you one less apple? Okay, if I gave you one less apple, then I'm giving you just one apple. But what if I took three bites out of that one apple and then I gave you that apple? How would you describe the amount or the quantity of apples that I just gave you? I didn't give you one whole apple anymore because I took three bites out of it. So it's not one whole apple anymore. But I'm not giving you zero apples either because I'm still giving you part of an apple. So fractions are just used to describe non-whole quantities or items that are parts. So for example, that apple, I am giving you a part of an apple because I took a bite out of it. So it's not a whole apple anymore. So I'm giving you a part of an apple. So that's what fractions are used for, to just describe parts or things that are not whole. So you can think of that apple example. You can think of parts of a football field. If I run halfway, if I run half of the football field, did I run the whole football field? No. Did I run zero parts of the football field? No. I ran some part or some fraction of the football field. And income fractions, that I use fractions to describe the amount of the football field that I ran. Maybe I ran two fifths of it or two fourths of it.